Jeez, I didn't see there. Sorry about that. Hey, what's happening, YouTube? I'm back finally with some Metal Madness, sharing a six-pack with Metal Madness, whoever. I'm not Metal Madness 66 anymore. The channel has changed to Gas Mask and Hand Grenades, officially, about 2 weeks ago. We're trying to get the artwork sorted out. There's a problem with loading it, so the banner will be changed soon. I did change the avatar, and I'm working on what I want to do, whether I want to mess around with my Instagram. I doubt I will. I don't think I'm going to mess with that, and I don't think I'm going to create one separately. That doesn't make any sense, just for announcements. So we'll keep Metal Madness 66, the official Instagram, I guess. Not that anybody really watches it or looks at, but yeah, so sharing the six-pack concept was sharing a six-pack with Metal Madness 66. Well, we'll do Metal Madness Geoff. From now on, it's going to be sharing a six-pack with Metal Madness Geoff. So, today, I got a couple that I'm doing. Going to drop one or two today, maybe one or two later in the week. Today, first off, I have 6 box sets. And these are all the clamshell box sets. I have, books. I have the big books. I have the, the album-sized ones. I've got the Jethro Tull, I don't know what they call them, but the digibook hardbound, books that have multiple CDs and write-ups in them. I have tons of those. I have the lift-off box sets, the big ones with the albums in them. Lots to get through, man. Lots to get through. So I'm going to start knocking some of that shit out too. But this is all clamshell box sets. And the first one up, John Foxx, The Virgin Years, 1980 to 1985. This came out on Metamatic Records, which I believe is John's imprint through Virgin, I believe. It's his label through them. Well, I don't know if it's his label, but just his imprint. This came out in 2014, and it includes 5 albums and some like art cards, stock cards. They're, the cards are kind of, I don't know why they did this. I guess just to, for knickknacks or whatever, swag, whatever you want to call it. But they're really nice. I mean, they're super, super nice stock, well printed. I think what they are is the singles from various albums, and this is the renderings for the covers, I believe. I didn't look that up. That's the only thing the only conclusion I can draw, because they're song titles that are on here, not album titles. So that's what I think was the deal. I didn't look that deep into it. But anyway, 5 albums. First one is the most brilliant one. It's called Metamatic. All the artwork looks the same on the CDs. It's just that, kind of frosty white print, which I like that, actually. All these CDs, these 5 CDs, come with tons of bonus tracks. I mean, tons of bonus tracks. It says 10 bonus tracks, 2 of which are alternate mixes, I think, alternate versions. But still, 10 bonus tracks. That's insane, man. Metamatic. This is a fucking killer album. I have Steven Wilson to thank for turning me on to this. I don't know when I heard this or heard about this. This came out in 2014, but I knew about Metamatic probably around 2008, 2009, something like that. And this actual original album came out, what year was this? 80s sometime, when he left Ultravox. I don't know what year. I didn't look that up. It's not that important. But it includes Metamatic, which is fucking so bizarre and so cool and alien and so unlike most of what... I mean, it's very Kraftwerkian, probably, is the most obvious illusion. But it's also got, that very early 80s kind of weirdness and quirkiness. It's, John Foxx was the lead singer of Ultravox, by the way, if I didn't say that already. And he was also a writer and synthesist. I'm going to have some tea out of my beaker. I drink out of a beaker because I'm cool like that. The Garden. I have to admit, I have only really listened to Metamatic with any real intensity. That was the Mind Blower album here, these 5. The rest of these are good, but I don't recall them with any strong points of reference. I just don't remember. I'm glad I got this out, because I'm going to start digging through these albums again. The Garden, another album. the golden section. I do remember this one. This was a lot more synthy and a lot less alien sounding, a little bit more mainstreamy or pop, if you will. And then there is In Mysterious Ways and Fusion Fission. I believe the Fusion Fission might be a compilation of a whole bunch of different things. I don't think it, because it's a lot of single versions, early versions, alternative versions, alternative mixes. I mean, there's 17 songs on this album. But I think it's like a comp of all kinds of stuff, that singles and things that maybe weren't on B-sides, things like that, on 7 inches and 12 inches and stuff like that. So John Foxx, The Virgin Years, I don't know what this goes for on the market. Probably should look that up, but I really don't. I don't know, and I don't care, because I'm not getting rid of it anytime soon. But this is killer. Killer, John Foxx. Speaking of Ultravox, The Island Years. These are the first 3 albums with John Foxx on them, and then a retro rare, which is a bunch of unreleased stuff, alternative versions, 12-inch versions. So it's got the 3 albums, the really killer Systems of Romance. I love that album. Also, the Rare Retro, which has freaking 20 songs on it, man. It's got a crazy amount of stuff on it. 12-inch versions, 7-inch versions, alternative versions, John Peel sessions, live. So all kinds of stuff on that one that I honestly don't remember if I've listened to in quite a few years. And then you've got the debut album, Ultravox, which is killer. And you've got Ha Ha Ha, which has Hiroshima Mon Amour, which I love that fucking song. We're talking post-punk, we're talking new wave, we're talking a little bit of glam rock, quite a bit of glam rock, actually. Really, really nice write-up in this booklet, man. I mean, this booklet's killer. Just all kinds of, pictures. A full-bore write-up, man, that I guess I really need to... I'm terrible at that shit. I get the stuff, I read it, I forget it, and then I put it away. I never pull it out, but I love having it. So, yeah, this is a 4 CD box set, The Island Years. I really like the mid-Europe period as well, but I kind of favor the John Foxx era for some reason. And as you guys know, well, I'm not going to pull it out, but as you know, I showed you the Vienna 5 CD, 1 DVD box set that I got earlier in the year. So I love the mid-year stuff too. Ultravox is one of those killer bands. It's just so unusual and so rare that, what do you say? All right, Andrew Liles, The Flesh-Creeping Gonzoid and Other Imaginary Creatures. If you don't know about Andrew Liles, this is volumes 1 through 6, by the way. Andrew Liles. What a trip. He works with Nurse with Wounds, Stephen Stapleton. He works with David Tibet, Current 93. He works with Colin Potter. Andrew, I forget the Andrew's last name. Steven Wilson. And he's a found sound, ambient, dark ambient, weird, trippy stuff. This is what's on these 6 CDs. Those are all the titles, okay? And these are like outtakes, rarities, blah, 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 blah. And Andrew Liles probably has somewhere in the neighborhood of like 200 releases, I think. Maybe that's wrong, but I'm sure it's not. But you got shit on here like Channeling Tunnel, Thick Thighs Surprise, Decimate, Water Damage Crinkle Mag, Disintegrate, Desiccate, Ringtone, An Ordinary Extraordinary Woman, The Pleasure Tract or Medial Forebrain Bundle, The Flesh Creeping Gonzoid, In the Bushes Near the Industrial Estate, Soft Focus, long version, A Dead Introduction to a Former Relative. This dude, if you don't know Andrew Liles, he's just out there, man. He's out there, and I love it. And I've got a lot of his shit. I haven't gotten any lately, and he just puts out like 10 albums a year. He's kind of like Dali, or an abstract artist or a surrealist that does this bizarre stuff. A lot of it's spoken word with weird sound effects going on in the background. A lot of stuff relative to sex. I'm going to show this. It might get taken down. A lot of the artwork, if you look here, you can see what that lady's doing. You see all this bizarre... And the artwork in this shit's fucking incredibly bizarre, and it's so cool. But each one of these CDs then has, like I said, as many as 25, 30 songs on them. Don't know if I'd call them songs. I think they are. Uh-oh. Here's some more nudity. Here's some weirdness too, man. Look at this shit. So again, it's abstract, sort of surrealistic art that is just bizarro. Here's a dude with all kind of medical instruments coming out of his head. Here's another one hooked up to like a screw and some sort of a suction device. Could be a sexual device. I'm not sure. Here's some more weirdness. This might get taken down, knowing YouTube. They don't want to have... Girls are allowed to be in underwear all over the place, everywhere on the internet or on YouTube. But God knows if you show some weird artwork that might show a penis somewhere in here. I don't know. It might be in there. You probably will get taken down. So anyway, bizarro shit. This is not for the starter person with Andrew Liles. Here's another bizarre one. It's out there, and I must admit it's been a while since I've listened to this one. There's another six or seven CD version that I just saw on Amazon called the Flesh Creeping Gonzoid Volumes 7 through 12 or 13. I gotta get it. I hope I can get it. I hope I'm here long enough to get it. But lots more Andrew Liles coming in the next episode, actually. All right. Oh, and by the way, that came out... That's Volume 1 through 6, 99 through 2010. And I believe this came... I didn't write down when it came out. I believe it came out in like 2012, 2013. Because this shit's... Maybe it was 2010, actually. 2010 or 2011. He puts a lot of stuff out. I mean, he must have multiple computers, hard drives, with just insane amounts of shit on them. I showed this... I don't know if I showed this before, maybe. But if I didn't, this is the Tangerine box set for the first 4 albums from Tangerine Dream. They call it the Pink Years because they were signed to... Hang on. I gotta remember the name of the label. Was it Esoteric? Or Reactive? I think it was Reactive. Yeah, I think it was. Oh no, released as Or Records, OHR Or. Should have known that, but I didn't. But anyways, these come in these little mini Japanese sleeves. I just noticed that one's all bent. What the hell? And it's the first 4 albums. It has these nice. I mean, they're not awesome, but they're not terrible either. They're not like the glossy like ones you might see like when I show you some of the other box sets that I have. They're like super high end. This is a good, nice box set though. You get the 4, gatefold. You got Electronic Meditation with the Journey Through a Burning Brain track on. This stuff is weird krautrock. It is not for the faint of heart. It's difficult slog. This particular album is not one of my favorites. I like it, but I don't love it. Lots of weird echoey flute, really rudimentary guitar playing. Even for, Froza was a really good guitar player, but I think he was learning on the job here because this is not his finest work, to be honest with you. It's kind of bloop and bleepy with the electronics and just kind of weird, man. But they do, each CD has the artwork from the album on it, which I think is kind of a nice touch. Probably one of my favorite albums of all time, Tangerine Zeit, and I think the original first dark ambient album, to be honest with you. I fucking love this album to death. If you like dark ambient, this is the granddaddy right here, in my opinion, for the most part. And like I said, they do a really nice job with these. They're not gloss, but they're well done. They're really nice print jobs. They didn't slag off and do a shitty job with this. But this, Zeit, absolutely incredible. Second album, Alpha Centauri. which I just noticed is all bent. I don't know why. It's kind of weird. Kind of strange. This has some killer tracks on it. Sunrise in the Third System and the 20-plus minute Alpha Centauri is, now they're still weird and krautrocky here, but they're not as weird and krautrocky, I guess is the best way to put it. And then ATEM is probably as close as you'll get to what they turned into when they signed with Virgin and they started doing Phaedra and Rubicon and Stratosphere and all those classic albums. I love the artwork on this. It's really trippy. Yeah, really. Fauna Geni, ATEM, Circulation of Events. Really like this album a lot. One of my early favorites. We're gonna talk about these at some point. I still need to get one more box set from them, the Blue Years, so I can kind of complete the period I want to do as far as a deep dive. Nice little poster that comes with it. I mean, I'm never going to do anything with it. Not like I'm going to frame it or anything like that. But it's cool, man. I mean, they put some attention to detail into this. I think the box set was around between 30 and 40. I mean, it's well done, man. The artwork's really well done. Cherry Red does great shit. They really do great shit. All right. I don't think I've shown this one before. If I have, I think I've talked about it. Hawkwind, also on Cherry Red Records. This came out... Oh, by the way, this came out in 2018, the Tangerine Dream. This one came out 2013. My favorite Hawkwind album by far. First 6 or 7 Hawkwind albums I really dig a lot. I only own 3 or 4 of them. I need to finish off that section. They have 30 or 40 albums. I don't even have any idea. I'm not really into... They just start to kind of repeat themselves for me a lot. But this album, fucking classic space rock, prog rock, acid rock, trip rock, trip out, like acid freak out type thing. Fucking amazing album. Just so good. I love it. Another clamshell, nicely done. Nice hype sticker on it there. And you got a really nice booklet here that goes into, the making of, all the history behind. And most of you, if you're at all a student of metal, you will know that Lemmy was in Hawkwind. And he is only, I think, on a single on this one. Am I wrong on that? Because right here is the Lemmy the Terrible. The article, I think, about him getting busted. No, he's on this album. Yeah, he's on this album. Written by Malcolm Dome, who I believe has passed away, I think. Which is a bummer. 2 CDs and 1 DVD. The first CD is the remastered 1975 stereo album mix with tons of bonus tracks. There are 9 bonus tracks on here with different versions, different instrumental versions. There are several, Nick Turner sings on some stuff. Lemmy sings on some stuff. Dave Brock sings on some stuff. Different versions. Michael Moorcock version of some of these songs. There's some demos. There's Motorhead, the B-side single. A B-side of... I don't know what single that was on. Was that on Salt and Battery? Or was it on Kings of Speed? Probably on Kings of Speed, I think. I'm not a Hawkwind completist, brain guy. I don't know all their stuff, entirely. Let me see. Well, I just want to make sure. Yeah, Lemmy was on bass for this. I was thinking he was out, but I guess that was right around the time. This might have been his last album, I believe it was. All right, Warrior on the Edge of Time, Disc 2. New stereo mixes by one Steven Wilson of Porcupine Tree and his solo career and all those other things. You know him if you watch me. Bonus tracks on here, Motorhead instrumental demo, Dawn, Watchfield Festival Jam. There's 2 songs on there from a live festival from 1975. Again, awesome stuff. And then the DVD one is a 5.1 mix by Steven Wilson. You got the surround sound mix of this album, and then you've got the 96 hertz 24-bit flat transfer of the original stereo mixes, or master tapes, excuse me, and then you got a new stereo mix at 96 and 24-bit by Steven Wilson. So lots of material. Have to be honest with you. I lost my 5.1 system in my situation that happened with my storage facility, so I don't know if I'll ever replace that. I have one on the TV system and Blu-ray back here, but it's not very good. So, all right, we're almost wrapped up here. Last one of the box set extravaganza. Kontakt der Junglinge. I have no idea. Jungling, it's probably Jungling, German. This is Asmus Tietjens and Thomas Kohner. Two what I would call dark ambient field recording pioneers, German pioneers. This came out on Die Stad Records in I didn't look I couldn't find when this came out. I want to say it was 2003 because there's recordings on here from 99, 2001, and 2002. I think it came out in 2003. Really, really killer box, man. Really well done. With an interesting little 3-inch CD that I think has never been played. May have never even come out of this box. But these other ones I did play quite a bit. And there's 4 of them. They are Zero, which was recorded at Rostock Stubnitz, October 2nd, 01. -1, Bremen Lagerhaus Live. Bremen Lagerhaus Live 99. That other one was 2001, and this is 1. And then N, which is mysteriously missing a baggie, and it came that way. I remember that because I was kind of like, whoa, you gave me 3 baggies, but not a 4th? Cheap bastards. Anyway, Amsterdam. Some type of art museum. 2002. This stuff is very glitchy, dark ambient, drift sort of stuff. Not something that you would want to listen to every day. Some people probably never get that. I was really into fucking dark ambient back in the early 2000s. Probably from Steven Wilson kind of influencing me back then. We were sending a lot of music back and forth. And again, Die Stad, really, really awesome box set there. No idea how hard that is to find. No idea whether you can even get it. I should probably tell people that stuff, but I don't. A lot of people probably aren't even going to look at it. I think that's it. That's it for those box sets. A lot of cool ones in there, and I've got 2 or 3 more of these I'm going to drop this afternoon. And, so basically MetalMadness Geoff is going to be the moniker for the Share 6-pack going forward. I'm going to get different artwork. No offense, Devin. I'm going to make something a little more cool looking in Photopea. Or maybe what I'll do is the beer bottle thing, but I'll actually insert the actual things I'm going to talk about into the picture. Not sure. Got to figure that out. Lastly, some interviews coming up. Steve Von Till's coming up. I don't have him pegged in yet for a day. That's coming. Mark Knight from Bang Tango is coming on Thursday at 4 o'clock my time, 1 o'clock his time, I believe. Or maybe it's 3 and 12. I'll announce it soon. Probably today. Who else? Oh, Kevin Huffnagel's coming on from Gorguts and Dysrhythmia. He's coming on January 6th. I have 4 or 5 people that I'm trying to figure out and get dates solidified for. Johnny Joelli's coming back after the first of the year. We had some scheduling issues and some stuff was going on there, so weren't able to do that last week. And then I just got confirmation, not of a day, but that it's happening. Ivar Bjornsson from Enslaved, and I hope I said that right. I hope I pronounced his name properly. I think I got the first name right. I don't know about the last one, but Ivar's coming on. That's going to be so fucking cool. So stoked, and I need to thank Austin Lunn for that incredible hookup. I'll never be able to repay you for that, Austin. Thank you so much. So yeah, check some of these box sets out. They're cool, really. If you're a metal rocker dude, can't go wrong with some Ultravox, man. If you like some 80s shit, because they were damn good, and the Hawkwind's killer. That's probably the one I would suggest most metal rocker dudes go check out. And Tangerine Dream is Tangerine Dream. So there's that. All right, so I'm out. I'll see you later.